This is a lesson on understanding the volume of rectangular prisms, and we're also going to cover what to do when they want you to find either the height or the length or possibly even the width. And they don't give you, what they do is they give you the volume. Instead of finding the volume, they give you the volume and they want you to find other parts of the figure. So let's remember our formula for volume. It is volume equals base times height. Then we understand that the base of the figure, such as this figure right here, that is a two-dimensional figure, and then we have to find out the height of it as well. So we find the area of the base and then multiply that. So it's base times height. So this instead becomes volume equals length times width, because this base translates to length times width times height. So they give you a volume of 6, so we, instead of volume, we write in 6. They give you the length, which is 3, so we write in 3. And they give you the width, which is 2, but they don't give you the height. So the question is how to solve this. Well, the first thing we can do is solve what's in the parentheses, and that is 2 times 3 is 6. So 6 times height equals 6. So we've seen this kind of thing before. It's basically an algebraic equation, and we can solve by doing the inverse operation. The inverse of times 6 is divide by 6, and whatever you do to one side you have to do to the other. So that cancels out. We're left with h equals 6 divided by 6 equals 1. So the height here equals 1. And it doesn't matter if they give you the length, the width, or the height, or the volume. Simply you write out the formula, go ahead and break it apart like this. Don't leave it like this. Break it apart like this and fill in what you know. Volume equals 6, length equals 3, width equals 2, and they don't give you the height. And that's the information that they give you, and then you can use the information you know to solve this problem. So let's see about finding the volume of a three-dimensional object. Again, you can see that you have a base, and it looks like a parallelogram at this angle, but we know it's a rectangle because juice boxes don't come in parallelograms, at least not that I've seen. So we have a length and we have a width, and so we're going to estimate here. Let's count 1. Remember, we don't count the first one because that's the starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our length is, we're going to estimate as 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4 as our width. So we'll check that, and that is correct. And you can see we have a grid, these square areas. Every time you count area, you're counting in square units. So this is 5 centimeters long, 4 centimeters wide, and you have 20 square centimeters. If you count all these out, there'd be 20 of those square centimeters. So the area of this base is, because 5 times 4 is 20, or we could count it, and that is correct. Alright, so it is centimeters squared because you're multiplying by each other. So what do we need to know? Do we need to know the length or the width? Well, we know that already. What do we need? We need the height, how tall the container is. So let's see. Here is now, instead of being a square, a flat square, it becomes a cube. So it is one this way, and one high. So it becomes a bunch of cubes stacked down here. So there are 20 cubes stacked here, and we need to find out how high they are. So this is 1 high, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's find out the volume. Oh, I'm sorry, they're asking here for the volume on one layer at 20 times 1. So the volume of this one layer is 20 squares times 1 centimeter high is 20 centimeters cubed. There are 20 cubed centimeters there, and that is correct. All right, the area of the base is in centimeters squared, but the height is centimeters, so the volume is centimeters cubed. All right, so let's find the total height. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's put in 8. And so 20 times 8 is going to be 160, if I am doing that math in my head correctly. And that is correct. And now it is 160 centimeters cubed. So that means there are going to be 160 cubes in this juice box. All right, look at the picture. 160 cubes fit inside the box. This is the volume you calculated using the formula, the area of the base times the height. Okay, so now we have a mystery box. We need to first find the area of the base, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll type in 4, and the width is 1, 2, 3, 4. Type in 4, and so the volume is 4 times, I'm sorry, the area of the base is 4 times 4, which is 16. And let's check that, and that is correct. It's the length times the width of the base. All right. Let's count how tall it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 16 times 5. 16 times 5 equals 80. And that is correct. So it's the length times the width, which is, in this case, 16, times the height. And the volume, there should be 80 cubes stacked inside of here. Okay? And, oh, looks like there was a squirrel inside. Okay.